If you're anything like me, you may currently be working on techniques to stop the doom scroll, get yourself off your phone and into your physical everyday life. I get it. One of my favorite ways to log off is to look for ways that I can personalize my life in a fun and creative and self-expressive way. For example, this week we're going to be personalizing the cover of our journal/planners for the new month, for February, using the magic of collage. I don't want to show you. I don't want to spoil it. Because if we're going to be staring at our planners and our journals multiple times a day, they might as well reflect a little bit of how we're feeling in a cool artistic way. What's it look like under there? But we're not only going to stop with our journal/planner decoration, we're also going to use the same collage materials that we cut out and we collect and we curate. We're going to digitize them. We're going to make a phone and tablet background as well, using the same pieces, although not exactly the same, so that our whole life ecosystem has a cohesive theme for the month. I thought it might be fun to do this every month. We'll see how this month goes. And of course, this all sounds nice and good and perhaps a bit frivolous with the state of the world right now. I'm going to have the phone wallpaper as well as the collage pack for digital download on my website. And for the month of February, all proceeds will be donated to Chris, Ohio, which is an organization local to me that focuses on supporting refugees and immigrant populations who need our support more than ever right now. That's an understatement. So if you want to check that out, the link's down below, but it's not going anywhere, so no rush. Also, hi, if you're new here, I'm Kathleen. I love to make things. Always have, always will, and that's a threat. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to. Okay, let's cut out some paper ephemera, shall we? To exercise our demons. To get the most bang for our personalization buck, I want to personalize items that I interact with on the daily, perhaps multiple times a day. So our first victim, my planner journal situation. I know those of you who like to junk journal or journal in general just started heavy breathing. I get it. This is my journal setup. I've got a planner, which is what we're going to customize. Got daily to-do list. I love this thing. Every page is a different day. I use it a lot. It's got a little Kappa sticker on it. I thrifted this. This is the Forum by Exacompta. They don't make these anymore. I've searched. It's got the little tearaway corner so that you can mark where you are. Is that a horse? The other day my friends and I were playing that game where you draw cartoon characters from memory. We've got Bart, we've got Eustace, is that what his name is, from Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm pretty good at this game. Planner, daily to-do, and then my journal. Isn't she cute? I mentioned this I think in last week's video, but I'm taking to journaling this year, or at least I'm trying to, and I thought the most non-invasive, non-scary way would be to use the tiniest journal of all time, and it's working. Anyways, this is our victim for today. My idea is I want to make a cover, kind of a front and back spread, every month this year. Since it has this clear cover on top, I can easily slip something in between and swap them out as the months go by. So we're going to do our February spread today. Very exciting. So let's get this cover off. Actually, before I do that, let me tell you about my planner, because I'm very particular about how I want my planners to be. My favorite planner of all time is this one from the brand Blue Sky, and it's their like recyclable monthly, weekly planner, and I love it because it's just like cardboard. It was the perfect size and it was my perfect layout. Monthly spread followed by weeks. Monthly spread followed by weeks. Anime eyes. I don't need any habit tracking. I don't need any media logging. I just literally need a calendar. And for some godforsaken reason they don't make this anymore, or they do make it but they don't have it in the cardboard cover anymore. So my replacement this year was this guy from Muji. Basically the same thing. It's got weeks, but then for the monthly spread it's a fold out like this, so that as you're going through the weeks you can always see your monthly calendar, which is actually pretty handy. And I've customized it so far in a couple ways. Like I added these little washi tabs at the top for the different months. I've got this little bell charm that I thrifted in Japan with a fish, and I'm just using a little clip as pen holder. Could I buy a pin loop? Yeah, but I don't wanna. This is the only thing I have bought for my journaling. It's one of the Pilot friction pins, the kind that you can erase, and it's the 0.7, so it's extra thick. Friction knock zone. It's pretty good. Boop. Let's take this cover off. Nakey. Now we have a template for our collage. I wanted to stay with the dark cover. I like that. So we just have some black construction paper. I think the thinner the paper, the better, since this is going to be bendy. And here's my idea. I want the front to say February somehow with collage letters, and I want February vibes. Wintry, maybe a little mystical, a little quiet. So this is the fun part. We get to look through all of my collage materials, aka old books from the thrift store, and cut some stuff out. If you want to do this with me, you totally should. Let's find some images. was I at that? Like 30 minutes. I just got lost. Wow, that was fun. Okay, we've got a collection of various textures, physical objects. Honestly, I kind of like how they look on the back. Look at her. I cut out some actual like art pieces, and a lot of them are people sitting and pondering. I cut 3 out of people just sitting, staring at the wall. I wonder what that means. And before I actually get to messing around with these, I think I want to make sure I get a picture. This is when I would love to have just a photo scanner. I say that as a photo scanner sits next to me, but this would have been better to use when they were still in the book. Whoops. I'm gonna get a picture of all of these first. I think I'm done. We're gonna let it dry, make some lunch, and we'll come back. I can't wait to see it all done. That was delicious, and I'm so excited. Okay, let's do this. This book has been makey for too long. I guess I should show you the full collage first. So remember, it's a spread. So this will be the cover over here. It's got February on there, in case anyone's wondering what month it is. Then this will be kind of like the spine, and then this will be the back. I really love this rope detail, so I decided to make a rope of my own out of chain and then have it break around the February. Isn't that cool? We got our little sheepy in the mountains over here. No more war right on the spine. Very important. Comfy swan on a couch. This definitely turned out a little more like folk art and collage-y than I was initially expecting at that. I was going for more of like an artistic, abstract vibe, but I mean, this is what came out, and I think it's really cool. I love the chain. So our first test is to see if this fits in the jacket. Also, somehow the only scissors that are ever within arm's reach are my fabric scissors, so sorry. That's what's getting used. We're in. You guys are gonna freak. You're gonna freak. I know you will. Behold, February. The front, the back, the spread. I'm so charmed. One of my favorite details is I just have this little 2 right here, you know, second month. I also really like these cards and colorful envelopes here, just to harken back to the analog nature of what this whole journal planner is. That little king card made of wood here. Wow, what a treasure. Okay, I know we're talking about ways that we're personalizing our lives this week, and most of that is focusing on creative endeavors, but there's also something a little more practical that I've been working on. In a classic New Year's resolution flavored stunt, earlier this month I decided to take a fine-tooth comb to my finances. Sorry. Scary. Listen, I know. We all know I'm not a numbers guy. Thank everything that is holy that Gus is a numbers guy. But I'm the one with like 6 disparate income sources. So this year I decided I'm making a concentrated effort to have a clearer, more precise view of just what is happening in my bank account. So after a bunch of research over winter break, my solution was to sign up for Monarch, which, if you're not familiar, it's a personal finance platform that brings all of your accounts and information into one dashboard, tracks your spending, sets up budgets, that kind of thing. Lo and behold, not 2 weeks later, they reached out to me to work together. So thank you so much to Monarch for sponsoring this video. So like I mentioned, I have a slew of income sources, whether it's working with companies on sponsorships, selling upcycled goods, just being a regular 9-to-5 W-2 employee. It can be extremely annoying and dopamine sucking to track all of this across 6 different apps. So with Monarch, all my accounts, cards, loans, investments, it's all synced on one clean dashboard, and as a more design-focused person, it's a pretty dashboard. That's part of the reason that I love it. Other great things, Monarch is ad-free, private, it syncs with over 13,000 institutions. You can set up flexible budgets and find helpful insights about your money across both mobile and web. So if you want to try out Monarch to get a grip on what's going on in your accounts, did you hear my fingers crack? You can start your free trial and get 50% off your first year of total money clarity with Monarch using the link down below and using the code illustrated50. Thank you, Monarch. Genuinely, you're making my life way less scary. Pop, 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 pop. There's something wrong with me. No surprise there, but specifically what I mean is I've had this box taking up precious cubic feet in this office since, when was it shipped? Oh, May of 2023. So listen, this is a piece of organizational furniture and I meant to use it in my big office reorganization video last summer. When was that? I don't even know. I meant to open it then and then I didn't. You know what? I'm not responsible for my actions in the last calendar year, okay? So let's open her up. Will I still have need of this? We'll see. I need a knife is what I need. Would you believe I don't just have a knife available to me at all times? Is this what you're supposed to use your rotary cutter for? Probably not. Ooh, newsprint. Let's see what was happening in the world on April 7th, 2022. This is from Frederick News Post. How do solar panels like their eggs? Sunny side up. Did I order 2 things? I thought I only got 1. Wait, yeah, there are 2 in here. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Faux marble, vintage plastic. This is from Acro Mills Cabinets, made in Akron, Ohio, USA. You know how you can tell someone's not from Ohio? They don't know how to say Akron. They always say Akron. LeBron James is from Akron. Clocked. You really think there'd be a place in Ohio called Akron? This isn't Mars. Ooh. Now the question is, what do we put in here? Ooh. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. My initial thought was that I would use this in the bathroom as kind of like a vanity setup, but I don't think I have enough stuff to put in all of these drawers. They're freaking cool though. Here's what I mean. I already have this storage guy. I have this storage guy. One might say stickers, perhaps. Buttons? Ooh, different colored buttons, actually. That might be just the ticket. Buttons and string. Okay, come back to this. Can I be honest with you about something? One of the ways in which I wanted to personalize my life this week was to adorn my Kindle cover with stickers. I purposefully got this cover when I first got my Kindle. It's the 2018 version in blue. I got it on eBay specifically because it had the backlight and it was splash proof, but it wasn't big. This guy's little. You don't care. Anyways, I purposefully got this cover because I wanted to put stickers all over it like you would an actual composition journal like in school. And I still plan to do that, and I wanted to do that with you today, but I don't think I have the energy. The fact that I don't have the energy to just put fun stickers on the cover of a Kindle really says something. We can still do a book update. It looks crazy back there, doesn't it? Last time we talked, I was working on A Long December short story anthology. That's really more like crime thriller, and I talked about wanting something a little more supernatural, so I started 20th Century Ghosts by Joe Hill, which is touted as a lot of people's favorite scary story collections. I like this so much more than A Long December, not like it's a competition, and also I knew I would like this more because I like Joe Hill. The stories are a little weirder, a little more out there. There's one story called Pop Art, and the first sentence is, "My best friend when I was 12 was inflatable." Would you believe that's a wholesome story about growing up and bullying and anti-Semitism? I cried. However, there's one funny thing that I noticed, and I tend to notice unfortunately, with gentlemen of a certain age authors. Pretty much every female character described in this book also has her breasts described. Why? Joe, why? It's such an ick. Crazy. And as I was reading this, I was like, this reminds me of Stephen King and how kind of creepy, especially his older books are towards female characters. And then I remembered Joe Hill's literally Stephen King's son, so it's genetic, I guess. I do have to remember that a lot of these characters are not meant to be likable, so that could be part of the reason that they're so casually lecherous, but also sometimes it's characters who are supposed to be likable. There's a story in here called Abraham's Boys, I think, about two young boys and their mysterious doctor father who happens to have the last name Van Helsing. At the very end there's a longer short story or like a novella called Voluntary Committal, and I heard that's very good, so I'm excited to get to that. So that was that about books. Also, thank you so much to everybody who left me recommendations for scary story anthologies in a previous video. I've got a whole list, so if you want to go check out the recommendations, they're all in the home updates video, which I think is like 2 videos back. Thank you. One interesting thought I did have though while reading this, there's so many instances in these stories where I was like, if the character just had a smartphone, they could just call for help. That kind of kept like pinging in my brain, and I had to keep reminding myself like this was written in 2005, so people definitely didn't have smartphones. Maybe they had a cellular device. I think I got my first cell phone around that time, and it was just a flip phone, literally meant for the same thing, like calling for help if I was walking home from school and got kidnapped. Anyways, it led me to think that okay, none of these characters have phones or even really computers that they're constantly looking at, and it hit me that interesting stories don't revolve around someone who's staring at Black Mirror all day, because that would be boring. And this isn't some like you have to be the main character of your life, like toxic productivity or positivity thing. It more was just interesting to think about. Like, if I want an interesting life, I have to do interesting things. And sitting and staring at our phones, rarely interesting. I think you probably get what I mean. But that's just been binging and bonging around my brain the last week or so as a good reminder. So if you're watching this on your phone, maybe we make this the last video we watch today and then we go spread our wings a little bit. Or don't. I don't know your life. Love ya. Let's continue with the video. Good news. Good news number 1. I've just been carrying this planner around with me all day because I just like to look at it. Second piece of good news. I know what to use the organization bins that I unboxed earlier for. Come here. Okay, would these not be perfect for putting my extra little collage bits and bobs in, the things that I cut out and then didn't use, and then I can take them all the way out if I need to. For example, in the bottom guy, I'm gonna put, kind of smells like pee, I'm gonna put the big textural pieces that I didn't use. Easy. And then I'll put animals, creatures, like the heraldic lion and unicorn that are so cool, but just, I didn't want to force them into the composition. They deserve more respect. And here, this really cool Art Deco sculpture. Any other creatures? I think that's it. We'll put furniture items in one. Look at these chairs shaped like boxing gloves. I mean, seriously. We've got 2 marble busts in this silver pitcher. Perfect. I'm gonna lose my cool. And then we'll do like letters and numbers. There's also dividers, so we could do like the whole alphabet eventually. I don't have enough to really worry about that right now. That would be sweet. poop right there? Okay. Oh, it's crazy. Good morning. I have a couple fun creative tasks to take care of this morning. I feel like my mouth hasn't woken up yet. I have to work on some sketches for a thing that isn't a real thing yet, so I'm not going to talk about it yet, but it could be, and it's exciting. I also want to get the collage pieces that we cut out yesterday ready to be digitized so I can make a little digital collage pack, and also make my phone background for the month so we can have a matchy moment. I think that'll be prime. Is this an excuse to show you my new favorite coffee shop? Yes, there are rocks. Let me show you. We're here. So I accidentally found this coffee shop when the shop I wanted to go to was closed one day, and I was like, where do I go? Casa Cacao is where we go. This building was abandoned for a really long time. It's kind of just north of Ohio State's campus, so I spent a lot of time around here when I was in college. I was always up in here, and I didn't even know this place existed now. You're gonna freak out at the rocks. It's cold. It's a cold one. Maybe the Gucci loafers weren't the best choice. Oh god. If I eat shit, at least I'll look cool doing it.
Say Homestuck made that. But then my friends say, but what is Homestuck? And now instead of making them read 8,000 pages at home.
Okay, so part of my errands today is I had to go to the vet and the pet food place. Pick up Kashi's pills to ensure that he lives forever. Anyways, I thought as a little treat, there just happens to be a half-price books and a Paris baguette right next to each other. I mean, we might as well go have a little look, right? Come on in, get my coat. We're in. Listen, I know they don't let you in here anymore because of what happened last time. Stay quiet. Vintage knit patterns. Cute. You can always find these collector's guides at like thrift stores. They're really good for collage because there are just so many little guides. See that huge dust bunny? Yeah, okay. Dog. So I figured we've been doing a lot of cutting out paper in this video, and as fun as that is, let's break it up a little bit. And let me show you some stuff I recently thrifted. A couple videos ago, I was making small home updates, and I mentioned just needing some organizational solutions for little messes around the house. I need to reorganize my coffee station, my pantry, and also one of my goals was to get like a vessel, a basket, of some sort for every room or every area that can act as the chaos basket. So when there's just crap out that shouldn't be there, it can go in the basket, and then the basket can get disseminated around the house. So that's what I was searching for. I got almost everything I needed from one trip to the thrift store. So if you're like, I need organizers, I need baskets, don't run to the Container Store. Thrift store. They've got you covered, I promise you, and it'll be cute. Exhibit A. Bright yellow collapsible tote, a la the hay storage totes. I believe this was $1, $1 to $2. Cute. It really looks like a little grocery produce box. Next. I'm not sure if I want to use this in the bathroom or like for a bed tray, but just this little wicker guy. I find that a lot of times wicker things or more naturalistic material things are very like organically shaped. Maybe a little boho, which isn't really my style these days. So I loved how just geometric and simple this guy was. How is my hair already on it? Just a couple bucks. I took the tag off so I don't recall. All right, I got a whole smorgasbord of these just simple wire risers that we could use in the pantry, in a closet, just to get a second level of storage going. And I got a couple more. Actually, I got a lot of these. I got 2 white ones, 3 gray ones, and then a bigger gray one. And wouldn't it be cool if we spray painted them colors? Orange, olive green. I thought that would be fun. And then the first of one of my chaos baskets, this guy. Cute, right? Love a little wood and metal situation. This feels right for like a bathroom. Also love how the bottom is like a finer mesh so stuff's not gonna fall through. A boring but exceptionally functional haul. Also, I got a couple of these just like metal containers. I think they're meant for like lunch boxes, but I thought it would be good for when I'm crafting, maybe even collaging, just as a way to corral stuff. I got 2 of these. Cute. I'm very pleased with that. I feel like I've got a great start for my organization goals. Then recently we went thrifting for my friend Chloe's birthday, and I got a couple books that I've just been holding on to and waiting to use until I could show you. So it's time to show you. These are all for collage. Remember how I was just talking about how collectible books are great for collage? I had one. I knew there was a reason that I was thinking about that. Jolly Green Giant. There are some questionable figurines in here. I know a lot of people who Mr. Clean is their Hear Me Out, and the Jolly Green Giant. And to that I say nothing, because it's none of my business. So I got that, and then I'm excited to use this for fashion collages. I got this Victorian needlework book. It's basically a visual dictionary of all kinds of different needlework techniques. So there's lots of pictures. Did you know that this was called a necktie end? Now I didn't, but I also kind of just want to cut it up. So we'll see. And then this is my favorite thing I found when we were out thrifting. Yeah. Excellent addition to the collection. And then finally, a collection of the best photos from Life magazine over the years, which is great. Look at that bird. I don't think you should be doing that. Oh, I should probably show you what I got at Half Price Books. I got $2. This is the problem with having a creative hobby, because I'll admit collecting the ephemera to do collage is a huge part of the fun. For a long time I was just collecting, and then I was like, girl, you need to actually make stuff so that all the collecting is worth it. So when we actually make something, like our February spread in this video, why is my immediate thought, that means I can buy more? Toxic. So I did get one magazine. This is an Architectural Digest from 2002, and it has so much delightful imagery. Honestly, I thought this would feel more dated. There's some really good furniture in here. Look at this Dalmatian with all these dominoes. Also, I think I solved one of my design dilemmas by looking through this. It's literally on the first page. In that same video I mentioned where we were doing small home updates, we got a new couch that is completely stuffed, like it doesn't have a sturdy base to it and it's really low. So I was thinking it'd be nice to get some sort of platform, like a chrome platform to go under it. And on the very first spread of this magazine, what do I see but a stuffed couch with a metal chrome platform? It exists. And it kind of looks like a cot of some sort, which gives me a new avenue to explore. If I can find a cot that is the right dimension, it'll have the breathability, it'll have the lift that I want. So that was cool. Also, a little mid-century eye candy. Ooh, yep. I think this is just to look at, not to cut up, but no promises. That's what I got. And then finally, this is not for cutting up, this is for hanging up. Let me tell you a little story. When I was in Japan, we wandered into this pizza place in Tokyo, and another guy walks in, and we start talking. He's American, and he's like, yeah, I actually have a YouTube channel. I'm here collecting comics. And I was like, that's cool. I have a YouTube channel too. I'm here filming Thrift With Me stuff. And that's how I met my bud Dave over at West Coast Davengers. If you like vintage comics or film or any superhero stuff, Dave's your guy. Anyways, he just went back to Japan and got a bunch more paper products. And I saw he was selling this and I was like, I'm gonna need that to frame on my wall. It's an issue of Comic Box from 1989 and it's got claymation Hayao Miyazaki on the front, surrounded by all of his characters. Aren't those colors awesome? I saw that and I was like, that's gonna look so good. Just framed just like that. So thank you, Dave. Thank you for finding this so that I could buy it. There's so much cool stuff in here. I love this cat. It's really good. Anyways, I need to find a frame for that ASAP. Look at Gigi. There is some questionable stuff in here, like there's straight up hentai advertised, and I'm like, you're gonna put hentai next to my girl Kiki? Illegal, although apparently not. Okay, since we've digitized all of our collage pieces we used to make our February journal spread, I'm gonna make phone background version, but I'm gonna do it digitally because it'll be easier to adjust if I need a vertical or a horizontal, and I think I'll get started on that very soon. Okay, maybe I'll take a little break first, but then we'll get started on it. Break time's over. It's time to work on collages again. While I get my computer set up, let me tell you about something very yucky that happened to me during my break. This is a bit body horror-esque, so gird your loins. I was doing some laundry, and on my finger, I thought I had a piece of like tape, like transparent scotch tape on my hand, which didn't feel too random because I've been working with a lot of paper and adhesives and stuff recently. It was probably the size of, I don't know, my pinky nail. I was like, that's weird, and I grabbed it and I ripped it off. Guess what? It wasn't tape. It was my skin. I don't know why that happened to me. It does sting. Anyways, I think first things first, I should lay out the word, the February, then everything else will kind of. Just went a little sicko mode and made both the phone and tablet background versions, and I tested them on my devices and I think they look really good. Check it. Ooh. Ooh. Stop it. Ooh. Yup. And it works vertically too. I think the real gamer move here would be to use this for your like lock screen background, and then hold on, home screen, no month, so there's no distracting lettering happening. I mean, I like it enough to use it for the month. Maybe you will too. put you on my pile of not quite dirty but also not clean clothes, okay? Okay, every day I wake up and I get to see this beautiful little planner. I'm so happy. And it totally feels like a doable project for every month. Swapping out the covers, swapping out the phone background. I don't know where my phone is, and actually isn't that a blessing? If this is an analog workflow that sounds fun to you, please let me know if you take part. I'd love to see what you come up with. I mentioned this in last week's video where we were talking about crafts that are good for when you're stressed out. Collage is a great way to make protest art, just using the paper ephemera that you have at your own disposal, so I highly recommend that as well. And speaking of, just a reminder that the phone background and tablet background, as well as just a collection of the collage images, they're just going to be PNGs, so transparent background images that you could use to make your own background. Those are going to be up on my shop, KathleenIllustrated.co, and for February all the proceeds are going to be donated, like I mentioned, to Chris, Ohio. So thank you so much in advance if you're interested. My plan is to take that total for the month of February and then use a corporate match from my day job to double it. But again, no pressure. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's okay. I just hope you're out there taking care of yourself and your neighbors and getting through the best you can. I'm going to be back next week. I think we're going to talk about some Valentine's Day or Palentine's Day crafts. So if you're planning to get together with your friends for like a craft night, stay tuned. I have some ideas for you. Feel free to come hang out on Instagram at Kathleen Illustrated if you want updates throughout the week between videos. I'd love to share some of your collages if you tag me in them, and let's raise some money for a good cause. Okay, I love you. You're very stinky. Goodbye.